Being born is supposed to be a blessing. For most creatures in the animal kingdom, life begins with purpose. A lion cub is destined to become a hunter. A zebra foal is born to run across the plains. A dog puppy grows into a loyal companion. But for hybrids, their very existence is a mistake. These animals are not natural. They are the result of human curiosity, forced pairings, and unnatural unions that nature itself would never allow. They may look fascinating. They may even appear majestic. But beneath the surface, their lives are filled with weakness, struggle, and suffering. Hybrids are caught between two worlds, never fully belonging to one, never fully accepted by the other. They inherit traits that don't fit together, instincts that clash, and bodies that betray them. Their lives are proof of nature's delicate balance and how easily it can be broken when humans interfere. Today we'll uncover the top 5 hybrids that should never have existed. From striped half-breeds to giant cats too big for their own bones, these animals carry the weight of being living mistakes, creatures born not for survival, but for human fascination. At first glance, a zonkey seems adorable. Imagine a donkey's sturdy body with stripes running across its legs. It looks like a cartoon, something out of a children's storybook. But behind that unusual appearance is a life of hardship. The zonkey is a cross between a male zebra and a female donkey. These two animals don't normally mate in the wild. Zebras are fast, wild, and aggressive. Donkeys are domesticated, slower, and bred for farm work. Their bodies and temperaments don't align. But in captivity, when humans force them together, a zonkey can be born. The result is an animal that looks strange and beautiful, but suffers from mismatched biology. Their genes don't combine smoothly. Zebras have a different number of chromosomes than donkeys, and this leads to genetic confusion in the offspring. Zonkeys are often born sterile; they cannot reproduce. For them, life is a dead end from the very start. But the problems don't stop there. Zonkeys inherit the worst of both parents. From the zebra, they get nervousness and aggression. From the donkey, they inherit stubbornness. The mix makes them unpredictable and difficult to manage. Farmers can't use them for work because they are too wild. And in the wild, they wouldn't survive because they are too weak. Many zonkeys also struggle with health issues. Their bodies are not designed to carry the traits of two different species. They often have poor immune systems, shorter lifespans, and weak constitutions. While they might look striking with their half stripes, life for a zonkey is rarely easy. And perhaps the saddest part is this: zonkeys don't belong anywhere. Zebras reject them, donkeys don't recognize them. Even humans who breed them often abandon them once they realize how difficult they are to handle. A zonkey's life is one of confusion, loneliness, and fragility. They may look like a living curiosity, but in truth, being born a zonkey is being born into a curse. The idea of a wolf dog is tempting. A creature that looks like a husky with the wild beauty of a wolf. Strong, intelligent, majestic. Many people think owning a wolf dog will give them the loyalty of a dog with the power of a wolf. But the reality is much darker. Wolf dogs are hybrids born when a domestic dog mates with a wolf. Sometimes this happens accidentally, especially in areas where wolves roam close to villages. But most of the time, it is done intentionally by humans who want an exotic pet. At birth, a wolf dog looks like any other puppy, cute, playful, full of energy. But as they grow, their true nature begins to reveal itself. A wolf dog doesn't know whether it's a pet or a predator. Its instincts are torn between the tame loyalty of a dog and the wild independence of a wolf. This creates conflict in their behavior. Wolf dogs can be affectionate one moment and dangerously aggressive the next. They don't respond to training the way dogs do. They can't be trusted around small animals or even children. Their wild side is unpredictable, and owners often realize too late that they cannot handle them. As a result, many wolf dogs end up abandoned. Some are released into the wild where they don't survive. Others are sent to sanctuaries where they live isolated lives, unable to join wolf packs and unable to live as normal pets. Even those that survive in captivity suffer. They require special diets, constant space to roam, and intense care. Most people who buy them for their beauty are unprepared for the responsibility. The wolf dog becomes a prisoner of its own genetics, too wild for the home, too tame for the wilderness. The tragedy of the wolf dog is not just its confusion, but the rejection it faces from both sides. It doesn't belong in nature, and it doesn't belong with humans. It is trapped between two worlds with no true home. They are living proof that not all hybrids should exist. For them, Being born means being born into conflict. On the surface, the mule seems like a success story. A mule is the child of a male donkey and a female horse. For centuries, humans have used mules for labor. They are strong, resilient, and hardworking. Farmers have relied on them to plow fields, carry loads, and survive in harsh environments where other animals fail. But behind this usefulness lies a tragic truth. Almost every mule is sterile. They cannot reproduce. Their bodies carry the mixed genetics of horses and donkeys, but those genetics don't align properly to allow for fertility. Every mule's life ends with them. No children, no lineage, no future. Imagine being born into a world where your entire existence is built for labor, and yet you can never leave behind a legacy. You may live, work, and serve, but when your life ends, it ends completely. This is the reality of a mule. The sterility is caused by mismatched chromosomes. Horses have 64 chromosomes. Donkeys have 62. Mules end up with 63, an odd number that prevents proper pairing during reproduction. On a genetic level, they are broken from birth. And while many live useful lives, the emotional story is sadder. Mules are intelligent animals. They bond with humans and with other animals. They form relationships. But no matter how much they may long for their own family, it is impossible. The mule stands as a reminder that hybrids often come at a cost. While humans celebrate their strength and endurance, few stop to consider the silent curse that every mule carries, a life without the ability to continue its bloodline. Every mule is a dead end, a life that begins and ends with them. From the confused zonkey to the abandoned wolf dog and the sterile mule, these hybrids show us how fragile life becomes when nature's boundaries are crossed. But the story doesn't end here. The next two hybrids are even more tragic. One born with beauty that hides its suffering, and the other the largest cat on earth, a giant cursed by its own size. Stay with us as we reveal the top two hybrids that should never have existed. The Leopon is one of the strangest hybrids ever born. It is the offspring of a male leopard and a female lion. At first glance, it looks almost mythical, like a creature pulled from ancient folklore. A lion's body with a leopard's spotted coat. It appears majestic, rare, even beautiful. But beauty often hides tragedy, and for the Leopon, life is filled with suffering. The first problem begins at birth. Leopards and lions are very different animals. Their pregnancies, their growth rates, and even their behaviors do not match. When a female lion carries a Leopon cub, the pregnancy is often unstable. Many cubs are stillborn, and those that survive face health complications from the start. Their bodies are not built for balance. Some grow too large too quickly, while others remain weak and undersized. Their immune systems are fragile. Illnesses that a lion or leopard cub would survive often kill a Leopon. But beyond health, the Leopon suffers from identity itself. A leopard is a solitary hunter living alone in forests or mountains. A lion is a social creature, living in prides, working as a group. The Leopon inherits both instincts, and they clash. It doesn't know whether to live alone or to seek companionship. It doesn't know whether to stalk prey in silence or to hunt boldly like a lion. This confusion makes survival nearly impossible. In captivity, Leopons may live, but they cannot thrive. They are too solitary to form groups and too awkward to live completely alone. Even their appearance, which fascinates humans, becomes a curse. People breed them out of curiosity, but once the novelty fades, Leopons are abandoned or locked away in cages where they live out short, unstable lives. The Leopon is proof that just because something can exist doesn't mean it should. Its existence is a mistake, a broken life forced into the world by human curiosity. It is a creature designed to impress the eye, but destined to suffer in silence. And then we come to the most famous hybrid of them all. The liger, a cross between a male lion and a female tiger. It is the largest big cat in the world, bigger than both its parents. At first sight, the liger is breathtaking. A giant cat with faint stripes across its golden fur, massive paws, and a presence that feels almost supernatural. But the size that makes it famous is also the curse that destroys it. Ligers grow uncontrollably. They can reach up to 900 pounds, sometimes even more. Their bodies were never meant to carry this kind of weight. Their bones strain under their size. Their hearts work overtime. Many ligers suffer from organ failure, arthritis, and severe health issues at a young age. They often live shorter lives than lions or tigers. To the casual viewer, a liger looks powerful. In reality, it is fragile, always on the edge of collapse. But the tragedy of the liger isn't just physical, it's also emotional. Lions are social, tigers are solitary. The liger is torn between both instincts. It doesn't know whether to bond or to live alone. It doesn't know how to behave in the wild, and in truth, it never can. No liger has ever existed naturally. They are all products of captivity, forced into life by breeders who want to profit from their size and fame. In circuses, zoos, and roadside attractions, ligers are paraded before crowds. But behind the bars, they suffer. Many cannot reproduce. Their lives are lonely. They are giants born not to live free, but to be displayed as freaks of nature. Every liger is a reminder of human interference, an animal created not by evolution, not by survival, but by curiosity and greed. To be a liger is to live in a body too big to handle, to carry instincts that clash, and to exist in a world where you don't belong. So what do these hybrids teach us? From the striped zonkey to the confused wolf dog, the sterile mule, the unstable leopon, and the cursed liger, all of them carry the same truth. They are lives born not from nature but from human hands. And in almost every case, that life is a burden. They struggle to survive, they suffer in silence, and they live as reminders of mistakes we should not repeat. Hybrids fascinate us because they are rare, because they are unusual, because they challenge the rules of nature. But fascination comes at a cost. These animals pay with their health, their instincts, their families, and their freedom. And for what? For human entertainment, for curiosity, for the desire to create something different, no matter the consequence. Perhaps the greatest tragedy is not the suffering of these animals, but the lesson we ignore. Nature has already perfected balance. Every species has a place, a role, a purpose. When we force hybrids into existence, we break that balance. We create lives that don't belong. Creatures caught between worlds, born into confusion, and destined for suffering. So the next time you see a picture of a hybrid animal and feel awe at how strange or beautiful it looks, remember the hidden truth. Behind every set of stripes on a zonkey, behind every howl of a wolf dog, behind the strength of a mule, behind the spots of a leopon, and behind the massive frame of a liger, is a story of struggle, a life that should never have existed. These animals are not miracles. They are warnings, proof that when humans play with nature, the result is rarely a gift. It is often a curse, and the ones who suffer most are the ones who never asked to be born.